From the moment we're born, human beings are subject to gender typing. What is gender typing, you might ask? Gender typing is how children acquire their knowledge about gender and how they develop their gender related personality characteristics, preferences, skills, behaviors, and self concepts. This can be influenced by the child's parents, peers, and the media. Let's take a look at parents first. Parents make many decisions on behalf of their child solely on the basis of their gender. This includes things from clothing all the way down to the color of their room. Differences in how parents treat their children can be seen in the types of conversations that they have. In a study by Feevish and Buckner, Buckner researched how mothers talk to their children around age 3. He discovered that 21% of mothers discussed emotions such as anger with their sons. However, none discussed anger with their daughters. Instead, the mothers chose to talk about emotions such as fear and sadness when engaging with their daughters. Of course, the type of interaction between children and their parents depends heavily on the parents' view about gender. Parents with traditional views on gender are then far more likely to treat their children in a gender stereotypical way. In a study done by Fies and Skillman, parents were asked to tell a story to their 4-year-old child. Parents with traditional ideas about gender told 3 times as many stories about achievement to their sons than their daughters. This can have an impact on building the child's schema and how they look at achievements. Gender typing doesn't stop with parents though. As children move on to elementary school, they start being influenced by a new group of people, their peers. In this case, boys who act in a non-traditional fashion experience a considerable amount of peer pressure. In a study by Judith Blakemore, children between the ages of 3 and 11 were asked if they would befriend someone who acted opposite to the traditional gender behavior. The children were more harsh on boys adopting feminine behaviors than girls adopting masculine behaviors. Most children responded that they would dislike a boy with girls' hairstyles or girly clothing, or someone who would like to play with Barbie dolls. You might think that these are just self-reported beliefs and that these findings don't necessarily translate into a negative behavior. Unfortunately, they do, especially in the case of how children treat members of the opposite gender. Gregory Smith observed preschoolers for 5-minute sessions on 5 different days, recording pro-social behavior such as helping and praising, and aggressive behavior such as hitting and pushing. Smith found that the more attractive the girl was rated by her peers, the greater the number of pro-social behaviors she received. No such correlation was found for boys. This would teach girls early on that their attractiveness is going to be a factor in how well they're treated by their peers, setting the stage for a number of problems in the future, such as insecurity, eating disorders, or depression. Another major role in gender typing is played by the media. Children spend dozens of hours watching TV, and it's no secret that everything they see has an effect on their schemas and their interpretation of the world. Let's take a look at a Barbie commercial from the 1990s.
Inside. Love the bedroom and that kitchen. Let's eat and then take a dune buggy ride. Wow! Under the stars, what a light! And it's ours! We're into Barbie!
Western Fun Barbie motorhome, van, camper, and dune buggy in one. You put it together, dolls each sold separately. From Mattel.
It's clear by the ad that they're targeting young girls through the use of color schemes and mentioning aspects of the motorhome that are attached to traditionally feminine roles, such as the kitchen and the bedroom. Television is one category where there seems to be an underrepresentation of women. You're much more likely to see males than females in children's programs. Even when females are shown, they're often misrepresented, shown only doing stereotypical feminine tasks such as cooking or being a caregiver. I mean, look at one of the latest superhero movies, Justice League. How many women do you see? Exactly. Men, on the other hand, are mostly shown in the workplace and often exhibit aggressive and violent behaviors, which can also lead to negative male stereotyping. Research shows that there is a statistically significant correlation between television viewing and gender stereotyping. The solution to this is not necessarily watching less TV, which for most of us would be impossible, but rather filling the gap between male and female figures in the media. Unfortunately, TV is not the only form of media where women are underrepresented. Books is another one. There are double the amount of male main characters in children's books than female main characters. Males are shown to solve problems independently, whereas females are usually shown to need help in solving their problems. These biases can have negative consequences on the self-esteem of children. In a study by John Ockman, children watched videos of an actor reading stories about a main character solving a problem. In half the stories, the main character was a boy, while in the other half, it was a girl. Boys and girls both showed boosted self-esteem when they were read the story in which the main character was the same gender as them. Considering the 2-to-1 ratio of male main characters versus female main characters, you can see why this could be a problem. It's not all bad though. Recently, there has been a greater push for gender equality in the media, and with more education on gender typing will definitely be on the decline. Hopefully, this video gave you a basic understanding of gender typing and its harmful consequences on both males and females. Thanks for watching.